Lit my hair all different directions, and this is the best I could do. The wetter hair is kind of meh at the moment in Florida, and my hair is just kind of receiving the shit end of that weather. Humidity sucks for my hair, but normally it can be manageable. Just that when I'm not in the mood, it's not. But anyways, enough about my shitty looking hair. How you guys been? I don't know why you guys are subscribed to this channel. I barely upload as it is, but thanks for my subscribers and a few comments. I do see them, but then I just get so busy with, and you'll see what I've been busy with my arts and stuff, that I'll be honest, I just cannot be asked to reply or whatever. I appreciate it, really, and thank you for leaving nice comments and such. Anyways, 2019 is about to be over. I'm looking at my calendar and fucking calm here. It's about to be over. Before I was gonna do the little 2009 for just 2019 challenge, but I mean, I'm looking at my photos and I'm looking at the photo. I just had to get a new driver's license. I had to get that renewed, so obviously I had to take a picture. And I think I got my first one a long while ago. And I kind of compared the two pictures, and aside from me, I guess it's just the distance of the camera between the two pictures, but aside from me looking just slightly lighter, and that's mainly because of all the shit that's going on, and I haven't been able to just hit up to the beach and such and actually have my normal skin tone, which is normally more tan than this. I haven't really changed that much. The only thing I will say is my hair definitely got longer, and I think at that time, when I got my first driver's license, I did not even have a tattoo. So that's, looks-wise, I haven't really changed. So just imagine me the way I look now, but back then. That's it. It's just like I haven't really changed that much. So what's the point of uploading? But so am I still dancing? When am I gonna get the fuck out of this basement? No, it's not a basement. It's not a basement. It's my home. This is just my workspace. But, so, small updates. In case you guys are not aware, I'm pretty sure I don't really talk about this, but I actually do have an estate store. And and I'm looking at my hair and I'm just trying to fix it. I do try to upload anyways, because like I said, I'm consistently busy making new designs and then eventually making merch of said designs, whether it's my graphite pencil artwork or my neo-style artwork. And I do have an estate store, but I kind of focus mainly on the fan art. Not really because that sells more than my original work. I actually am starting to find that my original work and some pinches of my graphic design work, which I will show in a bit, and some neo-style work, but it has to be someone that's really into the retro stuff or into Nintendo and stuff, tends to sell more than my heavy fan-based artwork, like let's say Mass Effect, for example. Those pieces always seem to sell well, but not high numbers, and so I kind of keep the number of prints low. But those what I have in my store, and it seems like there's finally traction going on. I'm seeing people via my phone. I have no vacation set up on my phone where I can see when someone either leaves a review or they leave a favorite, and there's consistently favorites every few days and sometimes multiple times a day, which is great for me because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I barely advertise, but I do tweet out, I do mention it, I try to mention it in my videos. But again, like I said, I'm just too busy, and I know it's not a good excuse, but I'm the one that essentially has to come up with the designs, then I have to print them out, and then I have to make them, and then I have to make the prints, make the keychains. You can hear them make the keychains. I have to kind of figure out how to pre-prep my con table set up to make it easier to where I can just take out whatever, set it up, and that's it. I don't have to take, let's say, buttons and put them on a display rack one by one. I could just take my time and actually refine it further, because that was my main weakness. So I have to kind of, in other words, not only do I have to make new art, but I have to kind of think ahead. And it's, I mean, I'm still new. I still can't believe that I literally started last year at around this time too. It's crazy. And here I am now, mass producing fucking keychains. off the ass. Like you'll see in a bit how many I have, and I still have more. You know, so yes, there's that. I mean, there's finally I'm seeing results. I'm seeing far more results at the convention floor. Definitely for sure. If I was not, I would not be able to do what I'm doing right now for certain. You know. Okay, so am I still dancing? Yeah, I am. Practicing is kind of slowing down just a tiny bit. And the main reason is because of these keychains. I'm pretty sure I showed this in my other video. This is, by the way, for guys that you don't know, these are deemed in the color of the pansexual flag. That is what I identify myself as. I am pansexual. It took me a long time to kind of come to terms with that. I came out first as gay or lesbian, and then it just didn't feel quite right because I was still attracted to certain types of men. I was also finding myself becoming attracted to transgendered individuals and individuals that fall outside of that spectrum, and I guess anybody that fits and rolls my boat, basically. So it's just like I'm pan then. I was even finding myself becoming attracted to a few individuals that actually do not fit in my typical preference. It's just like, how can you explain this? So I'm pan. Possibly gender fluid. I'm still kind of skeptical about that, but yes, that's the male lion and the demon, the pansexual flag. I have been sitting on my booty, making these, and this is just a small portion of my prize stuff. I hope none of the shit falls. And look at this. This is all my graphite stuff. Look at this. I know it doesn't seem like much, but it's heavy. So can you imagine if I had to take this with me to college and shit? And this is just my graphite stuff. And there's still plenty that I still have to make. You know, there's drawings on here that are still missing. You know, but this is what I've been doing for the past, I think, 5 days or something. And I am offering like cutter versions of them. I figured I might as well go ahead and do it, since I've had people in the past tell me that, oh, if this and this was in color, I would buy it. And I was kind of against it at first because I wanted to keep my graphite stuff close to the original as possible. But then I just kind of said to myself, who gives a fuck? I mean, I always bring my graphite, and this is just my pencil artwork, by the way. I do the same thing for my InStyle artwork, and I might have to start doing the same thing for my prize stuff, because people might start to assume that I'm taking designs online, and I'm not. Anything, even if it's direct fan related. A good example of this is the N7, the Sigma from Mass Effect. Yes, there's a lot of those of the Sigma online, but if it's something like that, I always make it from scratch. I don't just take the fucking image, and then just print it out from my ass, and there you go. No, I sit here and go, okay, what can I do? And that was my chair. What can I do with this design? Do I want to make it a certain color? Maybe add some rock texturing behind it, make it seem like it was coming out from rocks, or something. You know, just brainstorming. Okay, so I made these, and this is just a small amount, but there's still plenty I still have to make. So it will be as much as this amount. I still have and funny part is my phone is sitting on one of the boxes that has more of my Pride keychains. But yes, these are all my pansexual ones here. So a recent one I just did, I think I did this a couple of weeks back, if not more. It's the Ram. Come on, phone, focus. Thank you. It's the Ram. And they are available in other Pride flag cutters. I know I have them in the asexual, bisexual, transgendered, pansexual, demisexual, non-binary, intersex. I will try gender fluid again. It's just that when I did it the first time, the designs look like a fucking clown baby. And who came up with that term? Blip blip. Clown baby. Think of what a clown looks like. That's what the designs look like. And I was kind of embarrassed, so I might go back and retry gender fluid again. Gray romantic. I know I'm missing something. Gay, obviously. I'm looking through these and say, I know I'm missing design, and a few more that I'll definitely will do when I have time. But there's the ram. I did hippos. Look at the little hippo. It looks me. Come on, focus, focus. Thank you, thank you. Oh, he looks so good. There's the hippo. I did a leopard. I might be able to give this to a certain leopard someday, but I'm not holding on to that hope because, yeah. Let me see. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. Making a lot of keychains. The main reason why I'm doing it is because, one, that was my main weakness. I never had keychains in my table setup. Barely. Because getting the acrylic versions were a little bit expensive. And it takes a little bit of time, and then sometimes you end up not doing a good job. Like maybe you trimmed the paper a little too short, or it looks crooked. And so taking out the blank keychain part, it's a pain in the ass, especially the round ones. It's such a pain in the ass that I ended up destroying like 5 or 6 of them on accident by just trying to replace it with another design. So it's just like, no, let me do it like this, and I do it with my 3D printer sitting in my closet. Oh, I got a story to say about that 3D printer, but sitting in my closet just making all these plastic blanks, and they feel firm, they feel good. You really have to sit there and either be like really strong, muscular, and just, you know, or just sit there and just, you know, really purposely like try to break these. They don't feel flimsy at all, but they are lightweighted, so that way it doesn't weigh down your keys. But it is raining, by the way. So dancing, I have actually finally started to make real progress. What I'm noticing is when I start to do a move, I guess I'm so sloppy right now, but let's pretend it's this, and then I'm just kind of doing this. So let's pretend this is a move, right? So for some random reason, I just decided to try this in the song, right? Let's pretend that's actually a move. What I'm noticing is that after, let's say about a couple of days or more, I start to do it without even thinking. I'm dancing, I'm grooving, and obviously you start doing your moves, and you start doing whatever it is, whether it's tooting, whether it's Zumba, Roomba, animation dancing, whatever style of dancing it is. I started to notice in my videos that, and I'm starting to not really practice in front of the mirror, that I would start to do those certain moves. I started to kind of just try out and just, I started incorporating it into whatever it is that I'm dancing to. And it's just like, oh wow, I don't even have to look in front of the mirror. I'm actually doing it, and I'm noticing it that each time I keep doing it, it gets cleaner and cleaner and cleaner. So I'm at a point where most of my movements look clean in general. Now it's time to just kind of experiment with different ways to kind of move, especially my arms, because my left arm is still pretty dead. To kind of move my arms around, you know, and I've been watching dancers from both the fandom and also those outside of fandom, and it's just like, I have to start experimenting. So I'm finally at that step. I wanted to make sure that all of my movements, even me just sliding around, that it actually looks polished and clean enough, at least for a beginner, before I start progressing to that point in dancing. So, yes, I'm still dancing. Yes, I'm making progress, finally. I'm definitely going to start experimenting with different, I call it tooting, some call it the addition, whatever it is. I'm going to start actually trying out different shapes and whatever combos and stuff, and try to teach myself via muscle memory, and then just see if I can incorporate it somehow into some sort of dance, or how I would dance on the actual floors and stuff, and just keep progressing. Another thing I'm noticing too is I'm able to glide and do footwork perfectly fine with these heavy set shoes I've been wearing. I actually did them on purpose, so that way my feet can get accustomed to wearing either heavy set shoes or shoes that are possibly super, super light to where you almost feel like you're barefooted. And I'm noticing that my dancing doesn't seem to differ between those two setups. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm able to dance practically barefooted or wearing heavy ass boots, which is something that I really wanted to make sure I got a handle of. Because I have no idea what shoes I'm actually going to wear at that point. I'll try to wear something that obviously is comfortable when I'm dancing and stuff. So there's that. Let me see. Compared to 4 months ago, and by the way, Yuki, you should see my dancing 4 months ago. It was really bad. So not the social dancing, but actually trying to figure out what style. It was bad. I wasn't even moving my feet. I wasn't even gliding. I wasn't even doing that shit. But it has gotten better. Grateful that Blip actually took the time to be like, okay, you need to do this, you need to glide, your left arm is really dead, very, very dead, you should try this, and guess what, the furry phantom is going to judge you by this, and this, and this, and that. And I'm grateful for that critique. So yeah, that's the update on dancing. I am possibly considering uploading or at least small snippets of my dance videos onto YouTube. I didn't really do it before because, again, people could get pretty nasty on YouTube. I mean, they can get nasty anywhere, but I seen What's-His-Face, the dancer I mentioned, do it, and I was just kind of like, holy crap, like, look at all these videos, let's watch them. And I saw the first one, I was like, oh boy. And I was just like, you know what, let me do it. You know, this person did it. I'm pretty sure all other dancers have done it at some point. They catalog their dancing via Twitter, via a website maybe, YouTube, whatever. And they upload it. So I'm going to do the same thing, you know. In my Dropbox, I actually have videos that go back to 4 months ago, and they were shitiful. But I have gotten better since then. So, Flowers. I'm not going to try for Fur Week in Atlanta. I don't think I'll be ready by then. But also mainly because it's my first time there. I'm going to be vending there. So I have to kind of get a feel of how it's going to be if I can manage between still vending a table and also participating in Flowers. But Megaplus, yes. My main goal is just to get onto the floor. I'm probably not going to make it past the first round. Just saying. But that's my goal. If I can at least do that, I can only get better from there. But that's enough about me and dancing. I have no idea what topic to actually talk about. Oh, right. Link, what the fuck are you sending me messages on Twitter for? Girl, we need to have words. Yes, we have words. We speak them. We spoke them. We spoke. But, yeah. Oh, by the way, if you don't know who he is a, well, he's part of the furry fandom, but he's a, musician and rapper. He also does beats. I'll actually leave a link to his Twitter down in the description for the small amount of subscribers. Yes, I don't have that amount because, well, I barely upload to YouTube, but for some of those that are following me because of the furry shit, there's another furry you can follow, and he's cool and shit. So, I just cannot believe how, at least artistic-wise, things have changed for me. You know? I was just sitting, and I wasn't in here, I wasn't, a year ago, practically. Or actually, not even a year ago, but I would say 2 years ago. Because a year ago, I was still kind of, because it was my first year doing that, and a lot of bullshit that happened, especially right before Megaplus 2018, that just kind of shook me. It fucking, like, I sometimes I think back and I'm just like, man, a lot of things could have gone wrong, and I somehow made it work. But 2 years ago, I'm just sitting right here thinking, how the fuck am I going to do this? And how and when? You know, and last year, it was kind of rough, you know. And I wasn't even dancing like that back then. It didn't start till this year. I just belch. Ooh. Luckily, it didn't come out like that. I might actually have to put. Actually, yeah. Let me go ahead. Ugh. Woof. And actually pull up my hair, because unfortunately, while people give me lovely comments about my hair, it does irritate my back a tiny bit, and it sometimes causes acne. So let me just, do that and just kind of pull my hair up. But that's the main reason why I actually keep my hair up, because acne on my back. I actually had a lot of acne on my back. You would have thought I was a fucking cheetah or a leopard or some shit by just how big some of the scars were. But it's nearly, most of it's healed. Like, it's completely healed. There's just a couple out there that are already healing, but it's, yeah. It's just crazy how things have changed since then, and just kind of connecting with other people from the fandom and just seeing how they are progressing too, and just kind of encouraging one another, I wasn't really open to that a few years back. I was still very angry. Oh, I was so angry. And now it's just like, there's a little worry, there's a little stress. Are people going to like my work? Or how much, work do I have to do? And, there's still that worry, But it's not as bad as a year ago, Definitely nowhere near as bad as a year ago. A year ago, I think I was just, let me see, at this point, done with a year, but still kind of meh, I guess. I don't know. And now here I am again, but making actual progress. And God, I got like bins and plastic filled with arts and stuff ready to be sold, mainly at conventions. And they do. I'm not sitting in my ass going, oh yeah, I sell at conventions and I make $50 trillion at the convention, at the furry convention, and people pay me for that. No, I am getting close to making a living out solely from my art, but it's gonna take a lot of time and a lot of work, I'm just kind of grateful that I'm at this point now. And nobody's gotten in my way. That was the problem. I don't want to say that, you can't trust other people. I don't want to say that. You have to trust the right type of people, but I didn't. And I learned that lesson very well. Just like a handful of people I actually communicate directly. Like, I'll even give you a sample. There's this lovely peep that sent me a sketch that is really cute, but for whatever reason I thought it was, I think it's like I'm gonna guess it is a reindeer. I don't remember most of the voice message that she sent, but it's a reindeer, and I thought that it had ice cream on its tail, and I turned out to be so wrong. So it's just random messages like this to me asking another friend of mine, hey, what do you think of this clown baby? Is it a clown baby, or do the trans pride colors? And yes, it's always, anytime I have to do the trans pride design colors, I always run the risk of it looking like an actual clown, and it's because of the combination of the colors, but the combination of the colors making it appear as if it's like some sort of clown design. And that's when she coined the term clown baby. She called one of my designs a fucking clown baby. But yeah. It's very different from what I had 2 to 3 years ago. A lot of people might take it for granted, or even the higher ups are just like, well, Cynthia, that's normal, that's how most artists start too. But I never had this. Like, even when I actually started, my actual start was 2015-16. I never had that before. It's just really nice. So when I see like other peeps in the fandom trying to do a doodle or even a lovely stroke, like Wetling, for example. I'm just like, man, try it. You don't have to be as good as me or the people in the fandom. You know, but people have to understand that shit takes time. But it's so nice to see that people at least trying. You know? That's what I love to see. I love to see more of that. But, I'm just trying to look at the time. I'm going to move my face. There we go. I have to move my face up in the frame. Because the top portion is actually bleaching out the timer. So I'm at 25 minutes, but I'm going to go ahead and just cut it off and kind of get back to work. In regards to my 3D printer, thankfully it's still working fine. It's making that fucking rattling noise, but it seems like the fans are just absolute garbage. So I'll probably have to replace those soon. Yeah. Printers are doing okay. As if you guys even care about my equipment. But yes, they are doing fine. I just got these. In case anybody's curious about how I'm able to do all this, and I'll say up front, no, I do not go to a print shop, and no, I do not outsource my art to a print source or print shop in the fandom. I actually do it all myself. I'll taste these. These are from AliExpress. These are the exact same ones that are sitting in my IS, and these have been sitting in my IS for like half a year. Same type that I've been using for, let me see, I bought it. So it's been about a year, almost 2 years. I've been with my Canon IS 6820. I have had no issues. And the ink I use is BCH ink. I don't think there's any point in keeping it a secret because they're actually getting to a point where they have to actually raise up the prices of the inks via eBay and other online stores because they're saying that they're actually running out of stock very quickly because their ink is popular. So I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that's using BCH ink in the fandom. I'll be very surprised if I am. Their ink is amazing. One last thing I want to touch upon, I guess, I just remembered. In regards to the reviews and stuff in the Estate store, I'm noticing the comments pertaining to the amount of detail that they see. The last orders I got were graphite pieces. One was of rats from Mass Effect, 11x17 print, and the other one was Relevant from Warframe, one of my personal favorites from Warframe. I love its design, and I love that sword, man. I absolutely adore it. And I did it, and actually I can just show you if I can just find it. Let me see. Ooh, there he is. Let's see, there's him. Favorite. Oh, if the customer that brought the 11x17 print, by some chance, finds it, come on, Kara. Come on, focus. You're not good. Come on, focus, please. Come on, focus. There you go. I had to press the screen. By the way, to the person that brought the 11x17 print of this character, I do have it available in color. I already explained why, I'm too busy. But, they brought those, and they said the amount of detail and just the feel of the prints just feel amazing, that is such a high quality. And that leads on to my, point. I do everything myself. But the main focus I have is the quality of the prints themselves, because I can just take whatever cheapy choppa matte folded paper and any cheapy choppa cardstock paper and just slap it together with low-grade glue and just be on my merry way. And then there's people that presume that you need to have high expensive paper to get the finishes that you desire. No, you can. There's much lower cost ways to get those finishes. It takes I'm talking about a tiny bit of work, just a tiny bit. And experimenting, so that way you know how to do it, so that way you know how to do the finish correctly, and then you're able to do it when you feel like it. Obviously, I won't be able to do it myself for too long, but I guess it's just a testament as to the dedication I put into doing what I'm doing right now. And you think, well, bitch, there's a bunch of people that do the same shit that you do in ours. Hell yeah, but I actually take careful consideration when making each piece of craft, down to my keychains, and up to my 13 by 19 prints. Believe me, I tried to pick cheaper returns, but I just cannot. I just can't. And I'm glad that finally, very slowly, the wheels are starting to turn. Not just at the convention floor. I mean, the wheels are just fucking spinning, you know, just waiting to be, you know, on its way. But then online is just extremely slow, but it's starting to turn. Anyways, I'm going to leave it like that. This video is already too fucking long. Thanks for tuning in. I will try to, again, upload dance videos and stuff. Don't expect amazing choreograph, amazing lighting. Oh my god, my hair is completely permed and I'm all dolled up. And don't expect that shit. I'm going to look like this. I'm mainly barefaced most of the time because, again, I'm constantly busy, but I'm also just, especially when I'm working out, I don't like wearing makeup. If I'm going out, I'm gonna wear makeup, but not for videos and shit. It's just like, what? Why? Especially that shit irritates my face. So that's that. Stay safe. Happy early New Year. I'm still in shock that we're going to be entering a new decade.